What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I want to talk about a significant topic that affects every single one of us on this life journey here in this 3D realm. Yeah? And so the topic is our Saturn returns and why this period in life is very significant. And being conscious of these periods in life will assist us in getting through them. So the Saturn return is when it happens every 29 and a half years. And it's when Saturn goes around the entire astrological chart and ends up back in the exact space and degree where it was at the time that you took your first breath, at the time of your birth. So Saturn takes 29 and a half years to get back where it started within your astrological chart, yes? And so this is a significant time for a reason. When Saturn returns back to the original spot where you were born, it is a rites of passage in your lifetime. So a little bit about Saturn. Saturn is the disciplinary, yes? Saturn often gets a bad rap, but Saturn really helps us to grow, yeah? And so if we've been doing the work, whatever that work may be, along the journey, then when Saturn gets to a certain house or whatever, let's just say, for example, if Saturn is going into your second house and you've been disciplined with your money, you've been taking care of all your finances, you've been doing all the things you need to do with your money, then Saturn will reward you in the house of finances. But if you've been just frivolous with your money, you're in debt here, you're in debt, then Saturn will discipline you a little bit and get you in line to get you out of debt and stuff like that. So although it may be a painful process, in the end, Saturn is assisting you in getting to where you need to be, right? That's an example. So Saturn takes about 29 and a half years. And so your first Saturn return, what it'll do, Saturn will normally, like a lot of the heavy hitters with the planets like Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto, they will go into the chart. So say, for example, your Saturn, you were born with Saturn in the first house. It will come out of the 12th house and go into the first house for a couple of months, giving you a little example of what you're about to go through, right? Then it'll retrograde back into the 12th house, and then it'll finally come back into the first house, and then it'll stay there, right? And for your Saturn return. Now a Saturn return, Saturn usually stays within a house for 2.5, 3 years, right? And so it's a good amount of time that Saturn stays there and puts you through this transformation that you're about to go through. Wherever Saturn goes, your life will change, whatever house it goes into. But your Saturn return is very significant. So the first 29 and a half years is your first Saturn return. So most people go through their first Saturn return. They'll start feeling it around 27, 28, 29, 30 during those years. Those years can be really rough, right? Because the fact that most people don't know about their Saturn return, right? But those years between 27 and 30 can be a bit rough because Saturn is shaking that person up. That person may start contemplating things like life decisions. It may hit them that, wait a minute, I'm an adult, nobody's coming to save me. I have to go to work. I have to get a career. I have to pay bills. They may start thinking about things such as serious unions, like, maybe commitments in marriage or something like that. Or they may start thinking about biological clock starts ticking, and they may start thinking about having children. Yes, and being a father or being a mother. And so all these adult-like themes kick in. People normally decide their career. They'll go through college all through their 20s, and they'll change their major. They'll do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. They're going back and forth, back and forth. Around 27, 28, 29, 30, that time frame, it kicks in. I'm going to do this, because they feel like they have to make a decision because the adult energy starts really kicking in. Now, these years can be really rough. You can go through a lot of changes and turmoil because what Saturn is doing is shaking you up, saying, listen, you're about to be an adult. And so you may start going through these things, yeah? There's a pressure to be serious about life. Yeah. And so that's why life gets challenging, because it's pushing you into adulthood. So your first Saturn return is your rites of passage into adulthood, into adulting. Yeah. And so it's rough for a reason, because you need to learn vital lessons during those couple of years that Saturn has returned to your natal placement, in order to be an adult that can survive in this 3D realm. Yeah. And so as we all know, it's not always easy. And so adulting requires going through some things, so it's really like a transformation from adolescence into adulthood. Yeah. And so it's almost like, how the butterfly goes and how the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and metamorphoses and then comes out. So it's a painful thing. It's like dissolves the caterpillar, and then the caterpillar comes out with its wings, and it comes out as a butterfly and flies. Yeah. But it has to go through something in order to be that butterfly. So we too, as human beings, we have to go through something in order to be that adult. Yeah. And so the first Saturn return, you'll find yourself thinking, well, with my first Saturn return, I decided that I was going to go into the military. Yeah. Up until that, I was BSing around. I was doing all these, working at a job for 2 weeks and quitting, and I don't want to do that. And, laying up on somebody's couch and doing whatever, just because I didn't have that concept of responsibility really, really kicking in. Yeah. Although I was on my own and I was responsible, but I wasn't doing responsible things. I was just out there surviving. Yeah. But so when I turned 27, I was like, wait a minute, I need to do something here. And by that time I'd had a 2-year-old. So I was really like pressured to be a good mother and be able to provide for my child. Yeah. So that was an example of my first Saturn return. The second Saturn return happens between 56 and 60 for most people. Yeah, this Saturn return is really your rites of passage into eldership. Yes, it's your rites of passage into eldership. And so one might start asking themselves, you really start, it's really a sobering time. It's a sobering time, because you've by this time you've chosen your career, you've had your children, and you're either been married for several years, or you've been married and divorced. You went through these life changes, these things that happen in life. You've been through all that, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. And so with your second Saturn return between 56 and 60, one might start, like I said, it's very sobering, because one might start thinking, what have I done with my life? By this time one may have grandchildren, and the grandchildren are getting older. You're watching them. You've already seen how quickly children grow with your own children, your adult children. It was like yesterday that you were holding them in your arms, or you were nursing them at your breast, or whatever it was you were doing. You were teaching them how to cook, or how to throw a ball, or putting them in sports and things like that. And now your grandchildren are here. And so you already have this vision of how quickly children grow. And so it's like overnight they're grown, and so and life passes by very quickly. And so one might be asking themselves, was I a good parent? What did I do for my children? And what is it that I can do better for my grandchildren? Yes, because you're seeing the grandchildren get up there, And so as everybody else is getting up there, you're getting up there as well. And so you're also contemplating, was I a good parent? Did I set the right examples? You start really asking yourself these tough questions, and they're tough because we're human beings. So yes, we've made mistakes. And so it's a time of contemplating all of your mistakes, not only in parenthood, but in your career, in your relationships, in your friendships. You start thinking about these things. You start thinking about the things that your body has been through, the traumas that your body has been to emotionally, physically, spiritually. You start thinking about the good things that you've done too. But because we're human beings, we tend to lean towards what we didn't do right. And so this is a very sobering time. Like, you might even ask yourself, how can I fix the things that I didn't do right? right? And 9 times out of 10, you can't fix them. They're lessons learned. And so it's a really good time to be gentle on oneself. Now, if you are not conscious of your Saturn return, this can be a very, it can be a lot of turmoil during this time because you don't really know what's happening. And so you're just questioning all these things. And you may be fighting the fact that, I'm getting older. Yeah, I'm getting older. And one may not look at it as an honor. Okay, but when you're very conscious of your Saturn return, this can be a very enlightening time. It can be a very beautiful time. Yes, it's still going to be rough. Yeah, because you are going to contemplate things about life. Have I done the right things? Am I prepared? Am I leaving? What kind of legacy am I leaving? Is my legacy authentic? Is it something that my grandchildren can look at and say, my grandmother or my grandfather was this or that, or my grandmother or my grandfather taught me this or that? You start thinking about your legacy. You start thinking about things like, are my affairs in order? You start thinking about is my life insurance in order? Do I have anything that I can leave my children? You start thinking about the heavy stuff, right? Because all of a sudden it's hitting you, that life is lifing. It was yesterday that I was catching my grandbabies, my twins are here, my grandbabies are here, and now they're 7. They're hitting me up here now. You know what I mean? And it's like, it really starts to resonate with you that life is lifing. And you don't really, it's ironic because you don't really think about it until your second Saturn return. Yeah. And so this is really serious transformation that's happening it's your rites of passage into eldership. And so one can struggle with this, one can fight this, one can be depressed about this, and you probably will do all those things here and there. But I'm sharing this with you because I want you to honor this time, to honor it, to embrace it, and to say, be gentle on yourself. And give yourself permission, to grieve or because there is a grieving process that goes along with it, that you are leaving the adulthood phase, where you're just, you're living life in a different way during your adulthood than you will be in your eldership. Yeah. And I'm not saying lay down and just be like, okay, I'm getting old, it's over. No, I'm saying transition smoothly. Yeah. Transition with grace. Do all the things that you love. Find the things that you love. Maybe change things around. I used to go to the gym and be lifting all these weights and just in there just struggling and okay, I got to go to the gym. Oh God, I got to go to the gym. And it was always something that I had to do. You know what I'm saying? As a young woman in my 30s and 40s, and I needed to stay fit. I needed to stay this. Because you never know when you're going to meet the one, right? Well, I've come to the conclusion that if I was going to be a bodybuilder, I would have already been one. And so I shifted my workout routine to stuff like yoga, walking, swimming, biking. I want to do the things that are fun, that keep me in shape. You know what I'm saying? And there's several things you can do, pickleball, tennis, something like that. That's fun. And it still keeps you in shape, And so you kind of start shifting out of that, I got to make things happen, to, what? Things are going to unfold as things unfold. And you don't just sit back and hope that things unfold. You do something about it, but you do it in a way that you really enjoy it. And so you start to find the things that you enjoy. Yeah. It can be a little bittersweet because you're letting go of a phase of yourself. Yeah. And you're embracing the new you. The new you is inevitable. You can go kicking and screaming, or you can go gracefully. Yeah. And so there will be times that you will have regrets, that you will feel remorseful. And then there will be times that you will laugh at some of the things that you've done over your life. There'll be times that you will be like, you know what? I really did that good. I did that, or I did that. Maybe things didn't turn out the way that I had thought they would, but when I stepped out on that venture, my intentions were pure, and I did that with everything that I had. Yeah. And so you want to live this part of your life fully and wholly. Find your hobbies. What is it that you like? Do you like bowling? Do you like dancing? What is it that you love? You want to tap into that. You also want to stay on top of things like with AI and things of that sort. Make your home a smart home. Know your smartphone, because these things aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And just because one ignores them does not mean that they're going to go anywhere. Yeah. And so that you're not left behind. You see what I'm saying? Get yourself a platform, or find you one platform that you like. You don't have to be on all of them. They can be overwhelming and energetic vampires, but just find you something that you like to do, right? Whatever that may be. If you haven't had a hobby, get one. Get one and stay active. Get into what you love. Yeah, find what you love and do that. And forgive yourself. Think about the regrets, but process them and let them go, because your grandchildren are getting bigger. Your adult children are getting older. Life is lifing. You're getting older. And so you want to embrace this. Take care of yourself, nourish yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, and age gracefully. Yes. And you don't have to just be like, oh, I'm getting older, so I'm gonna get overweight and I'm gonna do this and that. No, you can still be vibrant in your elder years where you're at. Yeah. And so you want to embrace as you age, right? Now, I'll look back on this video in 20 years and laugh at myself. Like, girl, you thought you knew it all, didn't you? You didn't know a damn thing, girl. Look what life has shown you in the last 20 years. And I do believe that I will make it to my third Saturn return. So, yeah, I'll probably look back on this stuff and laugh at myself, thinking that I had all the answers. Well, I have all the answers for where I'm at right now. Yes. So embrace your Saturn returns. Embrace your first Saturn return as you transition into adulthood. Saturn is going to give you all the tools that you need. And when you're familiar with what Saturn's job is to do your research on that, then you can hold on for the ride. Yes, you can hold on for the ride. So I hope that you enjoy your Saturn returns. I hope that you go through your Saturn returns gracefully, and your rites of passage into adulthood, your rites of passage into eldership, and your rites of passage in latter eldership. Yes? I hope that this video has been helpful for you, and I hope that you can take something from it and put it in your tool bag along your spiritual and your healing journey. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If you like my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe leave a comment down there and hit the bell notification. It assists us in getting into the YouTube algorithm. We'll see you next time on Closing the Gap. Bye-bye.